Hi, welcome back to It's a Jackie Thing. I'm your fabulous host, Jackie Kellen. Oh, this isn't the speed paint that I advertised on the front page. Well, oh dear, what happened there? No, I'm joking. What happened was actually, this was my first ToonMe challenge. And, okay, so I realized a couple errors doing this. One, I thought like, I didn't know all the basics of it before I started this challenge. I drew this about 2 months ago. It was somewhere back in February. Was that 3 months ago? Who knows? But anyways, this drawing, okay, so it's not that I don't like it. I just felt like it wasn't my style-ish, like, this is the part where I was experimenting more with my style and trying to make it more cool and comic-y and cartoony at the same time as realistic. And I loved how this turned out for a while, but then later on I decided I didn't like it as much as I originally did, but it's still on my top 20 of my almost all-time favorites, But, so this challenge right here, I feel like the pointers I would give out for anybody who wants to do this challenge, the ToonMe challenge, is that, so it's draw this in your style, not try to do it in some other style like the draw this in your style challenge and all of that. This challenge is take yourself, cut half of you in half, and then draw into something cool, which I later on decided I wanted, or well, actually wasn't later on, it was actually recently. What am I thinking? It was with that one drawing, I guess you could say it's the second try of the ToonMe challenge. But, so, what I really liked about this drawing, there was the day I did a photo shoot, and it was like almost steampunk, and I was like, oh yeah, and the ToonMe challenge is going on right now, so this would be so cool. And I really did love it at first, but then it just slowly, it like faded, just that feeling of fading away and not liking it as much as you did. And I still do love it, don't get me wrong. But the pointers of this is that be a little more loose and expressive. Don't try to make it very stiff. That's what I felt like I did wrong in here too, is that I made it a little too stiff for my liking. And I made it a little too realistic. And like I said, I like the more of a cartoony, stylish look, Oh, and this part right here. So, on my other video, this part right here, this is the makeup I was talking about on the photo shoot, actually, because I thought it would be fun to incorporate my thought process before I moved on to my other ToonMe challenge. So, okay, that worked perfectly. And, yeah, I made myself green, which, something funny is that I'm called an alien all the time. My mom calls me her little alien all the time, so I guess I sort of feel like I'm an alien. I stick with that. I'm an alien, So I just kept it like that, And with, like, the mushrooms. Okay, so those mushrooms were bomb diggity. I love those. Mushrooms, it turns out that they're very fun to draw. And don't mind me, I'm just like, it's doodling, While I was doing this, what the funny thing is I find hilarious is that the longer you work on a drawing and thrive to complete it, the more, like, you love it, but at the same time, you're like, you wish you didn't take too long on it, and it's usually the simpler drawings that you absolutely adore. Isn't that hilarious? And like I was talking about is that with the drawing faces, is that this face right here, drawing my face, I did it a little too realistic and a little too blech. That's what I'm going to call it. With doing this, it like, so how to explain? It wasn't my very favorite, but like I did still enjoy it. And coming on to this one now is that this photo shoot, my mom actually helped me take it back up in what was it? Salem, Portland, before all the crazy started happening. But I really liked this photo shoot, and my mom encouraged me to put this photo as my profile picture on my other account, so I was like, you know what, I need to be a little daring, and I'm going to use this photo for this account. And I thought it'd be a fun challenge because, like, I've been trying to work with more with scenery and more with, like, what is it called? Like I said, expressionism before. And I feel like this really took it to a new level. But I got a question for you. Does that eye look creepy? Like, oh my gosh. My sisters keep on saying that it looks creepy as frig. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, girl? It does not look creepy. Doesn't it look creepy? Please don't tell me it looks creepy. I don't think it looks creepy. I like it. Dang, nabbit son of a gun. I love it. But this drawing, so I just feel like this one made me a lot more happy working on it and going through it. Like, okay, considering the jumper, I don't ever draw jumpers, and it turned out pretty good. I'm proud of that. Not to be on the weird side or anything, you know? So with the hat, oh my gosh, I enjoyed drawing this hat right here. Like, who knew these colors were popping, girl? They were fun to do. And like, when it came to highlighting, okay, I think I've already said this a couple times, but sketching and the shading and highlighting is my favorite. I don't like a line art. Never have, never will, but it's the part that I do with my art style anyways, you know? But highlighting is definitely my favorite out of everything. Like, I feel like, okay, who else feels this? Like, when you're looking at line art, it sort of feels dead and empty unless you have the sketch layer on or you have the color layer on. Does anybody else feel that? Because I sure as had do. And as you notice in the drawing, I don't have any glasses on because I didn't wear my glasses that day. And I wind up forgetting them at the place we're staying at. And I ran into a wall. But this whole trip up there, so when we went up there before all the stuff happened, is that we went up there to go to the aquarium. And oh my gosh, I found out what my favorite fish is. You want to know what it is? Because you're going to love what the fish is. It's called a longhorn sea cow. And my damn, these things are the cutest critters you're ever going to see. They literally, they have these weird pudgy box frames. They're related to the box fish, which, oh my gosh, I'm in love. I could just like go on forever and ever about how cute these darn things were. And their eyes, they look like aliens. Not crapping ya. They looked like aliens. And it was fragging cute. In the whole exhibit there, we went to the steampunk exhibit there. And oh boy, that was so much fun. I'm never going to forget that. You know how many times I went to that freaking that aquarium and never saw a seahorse? Well, guess what? Guess that. They had a seahorse. They had a whole bunch of seahorses there. And I was like, yay! Oh my gosh. Seahorses. Because if you didn't know, is that I'm a huge horse fan. I've always been since I was little. And on top of that, I've always been a huge seahorse fan. I don't know why. They've always intrigued me. Come on. They look like a horse, and then they have a cool tail, and they breathe underwater. And then, the fun fact, male seahorses are the ones that give babies. Isn't that funny? Isn't that freaking cool? Like, oh my gosh. Actually, I feel like in another life, or I know for fact in another life, if I wasn't an artist, I would totally be a marine biologist, which rhymes with artist, marine biologist. I don't know how it rhymes. It's just the IST at the end, you know? But, I absolutely love marine biology. It's like, it's so fascinating with how many creatures we have in our ocean and how many fish live there and all the different kinds and breeds of fish. And it's like, brain explosion, you know, man. And so when we got there, wow, it was so incredible. And then like my little sister absolutely loves otters, and we got to go see them feed the otters, and it was so much fun. And did you know otters can't carry water on them? Neither can puffins, because otters and puffins, they have a type of fat that's actually on their fur and feathers. And when they get into the water, it slips right off them. And I was like, whoa, that is so radical, man. And then I got to see sea lions. And I love sea lions. And they were freaking cute. Like, yeah. And then, so after all that, we went to the gift shop. And, like, who doesn't go to the gift shop when they're going to the aquarium? Who doesn't? Huh? And oh my gosh, I was so excited. Okay, so what happened is that about 2 years ago, my mom bought me a chakra bracelet, me and her matching ones. And my bracelet broke and I lost all the pieces, so I couldn't put it back together. And what happened is that we found the same exact bracelets in the store. And I was like, ecstatic. When do you ever come across something like that? And then after that, we went out and we got to go down to the beach, and me and my sisters played in the sand and the water, and we almost got we didn't get swept away. No. We didn't even get close to that area. We chased the foam out and then we ran back in, but we didn't get anywhere close to where the edge was. But coming back to the drawing, so I feel like the particular piece I'm very, very excited was definitely the shading in the face and the shading on the outfit. I don't know why, but there's just a feeling after looking at it, and I'm like, woo! I feel a little prideful. It's so cool, and I love that feeling. And so okay, if I could change a couple things about this, I would definitely change the cheek. I'd lift it up just a hair. I'd make my eyebrow not as thick as I did, because you got thick luscious eyebrows, which I really don't. And with the jumper, I made the line. I realized I made the stripes a little too thick, dumb thick, and it just didn't turn out that way. But I freaking loved it, and I was like, I am not going to erase this and destroy what I just did. I just created something miraculous. And when it comes to the background, wow, did I do that? Did I just do that? Oh my gosh, I did. It was so fun. And I would never have thought I would have got a heck of fun doing something with grass. But hey, grass is really pretty. And it's yummy. Don't ask me how I know that. I'm so Dory, save me. I'm sorry. Who says you can't have a blast when you're alone? You know? Who says you can't be a crazy, happy person alone? Oh, you know what happened the other day? I went into the store, and you know what the hell happened? Is that I was so happy, and I'm always usually happy, and I'm gonna go do this and that and talk your head off if you meet me. And random people come up to me and just talk to me, okay? So you can't blame me for this. But literally what happened is that the lady came up to me and she's like, "Are you high?" And I'm like, high on life, bitch. And now, baby. Well, I don't know how to explain that. I'm just usually cheery all the time, okay? I can't help it that I have a big old smile planted on my face. But I think I made her crack up. And then, okay, so I noticed when I go into public. So today I went into public. I was out and about. We had to go take my grandfather to the doctor. And what happened is that me and Mom were talking about a movie that we watched. And it was I said something about something nasty on accident. And the person that was in the drive-thru in his car literally looks at me with this utter disgusted face did you just say that? Oh my gosh, ew. I'm like, of course I would say something stupid like that out and about. I can't stay at home. No. Forbid that I say anything like that at home by myself in my room, or when I'm alone, or when I'm talking to my fam, but I say something like that in public to everybody to hear. Oh my damn, what the heck is wrong with me? I'm joking, there's nothing wrong with us. We are a happy bunch, and you're perfect no matter what, dang now. Thank you for stopping by. Stay fabulous.